Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel Maga Tarot. I'm Maga. This is your general reading for June 2017 for Sun, Moon, and Rising. If it doesn't resonate with you, give it a little time. Remember, energies are flexible. Remember, the purpose of the tarot is to serve you as a guide. The direction of your life is in your hands and you create your own future. If you want to see your personal situation, you need a private reading with me, and you'll find all the information that you need in the description box below this video. And also you can contact me at sending me an email to magatarot11@gmail.com. So, Cancer. It seems to me like this month it's all about relationships, and it seems to me like you are walking away from a relationship, getting a divorce, separating, okay? Pretty much that's the overall message here. What you have in the present situation, the center of your reading, what's going on right now, is the Page of Swords in the upright. This could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, a young person, a child, an immature person, someone young at heart, or someone younger than you. To me, this usually speaks of lack of communication, or it's like, you know how children have no filter? This is pretty much that energy. This is the when you say something and you just blunt, and then you realize, or someone does this to you. Maybe there was a poor choice of words. Maybe that someone could have chosen a better way to say things to convey their message. And it could be hurtful, not because the person is trying to hurt you, but because they just said whatever whatever thing this that they thought. They spoke their mind, okay? And again, this could be you, or this could be someone else. This could be what is going on, okay? Maybe you are having some difficulties communicating with someone because of this. On the other hand, you could be actually communicating with someone. And again, maybe it's just the very beginnings of a communication, because this is a page, and page are always new beginnings. That little start, a seedling, a little new beginning. So this could be a phone call or a text message. It's just that first contact. But beware, be very careful that the communication could be a little rocky because of that, because of people not really being very careful to choosing their words wisely. They're just speaking their mind. The reason why we have this card here is because of a Four of Pentacles in the upright. Fours are very stable cards, but in this case, this person is stable for sure, but not because they feel confident and secured, and it's quite the opposite. It's because they feel like they can lose everything anytime, any moment, unexpectedly, and they're very scared of this. This person is holding for dear life to this pentacle. This pentacle is protecting their chest, their feelings. So this person, it's very clear. They know very well what they want, and what they're thinking in their head. They know what they feel, and they know where they stand. The only thing is that they're very scared. They're scared they're going to lose everything, and this is terrifying for them. So this person is having a really hard time opening up to others for both give and to receive. This is also speaking of someone that might be I don't know. Well, what's the word for that? When you are not generous, the opposite of that. In the if we're talking about actual money or actual physical things, point is, this attitude, uh, whether it's related to, physical material things, to actual money, to actual gifts, and that type of stuff, or to what I said before, the attitude, I know what I want, I know what I feel, and I know what I stand, but I'm terrified of losing everything and all that stuff. This has led to this communication that, again, could be a little awkward at times because people are just speaking their mind. What you have in your distant past is the Ten of Swords. In the upright, this card is speaking of an ending that was very painful, either for you, for the other person, or for the both of you. This is feeling like you've been stabbed in the back. Actually being stabbed in the back. But I don't think, when I say actually, I don't mean like physically you got stabbed in the back. I really hope not. But feeling like someone betrayed you. Or you betrayed someone, or, the both of you feel this way. This is saying like, it was an ending. It was a very, very painful ending. And usually when I see this card, I have this sense, this feeling that there's no coming back from here. I mean, this person this is overkill. So the person who's a victim here feels like the other person hurt them on purpose. Like, you didn't care about me, you didn't love me, you didn't care if you were hurting me. So it's really hard to recover from that. When I see this card, I really don't see a reconciliation. No, it has happened, but it seems like it's very, very hard, very not likely. In this recent past, you have the Lovers in the reversed. This could be the card of Gemini, but it doesn't have to be a Gemini. And again, this is speaking of something related to love, to a partner, established partnership, solid, stable relationship or marriage. This is also a decision. What I see here is that someone, I see the separation here. I see the breakup here, and it was bad. Something really bad happened here. Someone felt betrayed. Both of you felt betrayed. This is an ending for sure of this established relationship. And again, I see a divorce, and I see it here too. So it seems, Cancer, that you're going to be dealing with this for the rest of the month. You've been dealing with this for quite some time. This is also someone that made a decision, and at some point they realized it was the wrong decision. They made the wrong choice, and now they have regrets. They are trying to, mend this, figure out a way to, fix this, because the decision they made was just not the right one. What you have in your near future is the Ten of Wands in the reversed. So this is saying you are finally deciding to let go of something that was a burden for you. This was something that you've been carrying on your shoulders for God knows how long, and it's your burden and someone else's burden. So it's not just your stuff, you're carrying someone else's stuff. Why? I don't know, Cancer. You're the only one who can answer that. But for sure, this is you saying enough is enough, and I just can't deal with this anymore. I just can't, and I'm not gonna do it. This is you saying something's gotta give, and someone here needs to come and do their share, because I've been doing everything for everybody up until now, and I'm not gonna put up with this anymore. I don't know, maybe this was a relationship that was really one-sided, where you did all the work, or all the everything. It's that is the feeling that you were the only one doing all the work, putting all the hours in, doing all the effort. Or maybe this relationship had some component that was a complete burden to you, for you, and you just can't do this anymore. It's just too much for you. In your distant future, you have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So for sure, Cancer, you're breaking free from this. And let me tell you something. You were feeling for who knows how long, for a very long time, I'm gonna say, because you have tens here, and tens mean the very mean endings, like the very last step. You made it to the finish line, so that tells me you've been through the whole thing up until the card number 10. So for a really long time, maybe years, maybe 10 years for some of you, you've been putting up with this. You've been carrying this weight on your shoulders, and you've been feeling trapped, like you can't get out of this. You got yourself, maybe willingly, you made a decision and you decided, yes, I want to do this. I can do this. Give it to me. And it became a burden. It became a prison, and you could not break free from this for who knows how long. Like, again, for some of you, 10 years, 10 months, 10 weeks. I'm gonna say 10 years, maybe even more. Anyway, you felt like you couldn't break free from this. This was a prison, and there was nothing you could do about this. There was no solution. You were stuck here. Finally, you're gonna realize in your distant future that that's not the case. You can totally break free from this. You're not a prisoner here. There's nothing really stopping you, and you are going to take these blindfolds off and see reality, face reality, because this is something that you've been not wanting to see, something that you've been in denial, either because you really can't deal with reality or you don't want to. But soon you are going to, break free from this, set yourself free, see things the way they really are. Maybe someone here was taking advantage of you. Maybe you were being too generous, and you realize, you know what, you made me believe that you really couldn't do this, and turns out you can absolutely do this. You're more than capable to do this. You just wanted me to do it for you. Anyway, moving on, how you're thinking and how you're feeling, you got the Eight of Cups in the upright. So for sure, Cancer, you're moving on. You're walking away from a relationship. You're walking away from a situation, and you are not turning you're walking away, and you're not even turning back to see what you're leaving behind. This is something that was very dear to you. So I don't doubt that at some point this relationship meant a lot to you. This person meant a lot to you, and maybe you fell in love with this person. Maybe there was love here, but at this point, there's just, like I said, it seems like there's no return, no way of getting back together. There's no return here. You're walking away. That's it. You're just moving on with your life in your environment, and this is not happening something that it's happening to you but around you, but still it affects you. You have the Sun in the reverse. This could be the card of Leo, but it doesn't have to be. Maybe you are, listen, if you are married and you're getting a divorce here, and I see it's an ugly divorce, maybe you found out something. Maybe you thought that things were a certain way, and now you're gonna realize you were mistaken. You were blindfolded. You were seeing something that really wasn't the way it was. You thought things were a certain way, and it turns out they were not that way at all. Okay. If you have children, and this could be your children too, in the middle of the whole thing, you are very concerned about them. You're really worried about how are they going to react, how are they going to deal with this. This is something, again, that has to do with children, with some issues related to children. This is also, not celebrating something, people that, or celebrations getting out of hand. Again, this is in your environment, so it's not happening to you, but around you, and it affects you. So yes, if your kids are not behaving well, then you're behaving well. It's your kids who are not behaving well, but it affects you, right? So that's why it could be your kids. It could be someone with an ego that is out of control, someone who it's a ham and needs to be in the spotlight all the time, someone who needs to be reassured constantly. Yes, I love you. Yes, you're the best. Yes, you're wonderful. Yes, that type of thing. Also, something that should have been a celebration, a cause of celebration, and it's not, or the celebration is very minimal or very small. Maybe, I don't know, it's your birthday, and or your child's birthday right here, and because you're going through this whole thing in your marriage, then you're not celebrating the birthday of your kid the way you should have, or you feel you should have, or you wanted to, you would have wanted to. um, in your hopes and fears, you have the magician, which is a new beginning. And I think that you really hope to have a new beginning. But honestly, Cancer, I don't think this new beginning is speaking of getting back together with this person. It's a whole new beginning, a whole new chapter, something else in your life, moving on and starting over. That's what you hope. And you also hope to have everything that you need to have this new beginning in your life and to be successful at this new beginning in your life. Final outcome, you got the King of Cups in the reversed, and your clarification cards were the Hierophant and the Seven of Wands in the reversed. The King of Cups could be you. This is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You could be dealing with more than one person. Although I don't see more than 1 3 here, only the Lovers card, which is a 6, but it's 3 people here. um, you could still be dealing with more than one person here, and I don't know why. I said it because the message came to me, so there's got to be a reason for that. But anyway, this could be you, or this could be someone else. If this is you, then you're not feeling, or even if this is someone else, uh, with the King of Cups in the reverse is saying that someone is not expressing their feelings, not really telling someone else how they feel or showing love to someone else. This person feels like they don't have any love. Nobody loves me, and I don't have any love to give because I have lost everything. My cup is empty because it's upside down. This is feeling a big unbalance, very, very much unbalanced in their emotions and in their life in general. Because if this is you, then you yourself feel like you're not being yourself. Maybe you feel like you have been living someone else's life for who knows how long. And you have to now find yourself again, rediscover yourself, really find who am I and what do I want and who am I really, because it seems like I got lost in this whole relationship, and I have lost my identity, my true self. I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what I like. Um, Also, like I said, maybe you're feeling, or this other person is feeling like uh, overwhelmed, and maybe they're being a little dramatic, but it's all justified. It's because they have been through. Well, the Ten of Swords is a very, very painful card to go through, and the Eight of Cups too. These two cards speak of a lot of pain, a lot of emotional pain. So completely justified that you being a little, I don't know, dramatic, or you're crying for apparently no reason, or you're just doing some catharsis here, just crying and crying and crying. Um, Again, you feel like you don't have any love in your life, and you have nothing left to give because you have given it all. With the Hierophant here and the Seven of Wands in the reverse as my clarifiers, is the confirmation that this is a separation, a, a divorce, maybe from a Taurus person, and that you feel, maybe you both feel like this is it. it's not worth it anymore. It's not worth fighting for it anymore. You're not going to defend this, and you're not going to defend yourself anymore. Uh, you give up. You give up and you give in, and yes, do whatever you want because I'm out. What you have in the Lenormand cards? Well, you got the death card, the whip or broom, and the birds. The death card is speaking of a death. It could be a physical death or a metaphorical death, and I don't usually speak of physical deaths, but it's here. Honestly, I don't see it as a physical death. I see it as the death of this marriage, this relationship. And um, the broom is telling you to really wipe out this whole thing. Just get rid of this. Wipe it off. Just this is an ending. This is the end of this relationship, the end of a chapter in your life, the end of maybe who you have been for many years. So that's why you have to rediscover yourself. You have to rebuild yourself and recreate, not recreate one word, but create yourself again. um, because you have been this person for a really long time, and maybe you don't know how to be yourself away from your partner. But these cards are saying it's time to uh, move on. It's time to get rid of this phase of your life that it's dead and it's no longer serving you. And I know it's painful, but it's something that has to be done. And maybe you're gonna get some news through the grapevines. You're gonna hear something that maybe it's going to add fuel to whatever is going on here, through a third party, through, I don't know, neighbors, family members, friends, someone. You're not gonna hear about this directly from the person, but you're gonna hear it from someone else. This could be also you hearing from someone who is getting a divorce and separating, but because you have all these cards here and the tarot is showing these messages, I say this is you. While I was shuffling, the Romance Angel cards, these two cards flew off, so I had to take them. And this is the card that was underneath. You got children, so I see you're worried about your children here, but I think they're gonna be fine, Cancer. I think the fact that this is showing up here is saying that they're gonna be okay. And you have pay attention to the red flags and free yourself. You have to free yourself from this, and I know you will, from this burden and from this I don't know, prison that you created for yourself. It's like you imprisoned yourself here voluntarily, and the cards are telling you break free from this, free yourself, and pay attention to the red flags. Again, there's something here that you are not seeing, but I think you're gonna know soon enough. Because I see you walking away, and maybe this is what you're gonna hear. You're gonna have. Someone's gonna come here and show you those red flags that maybe you have not been wanting to see. You've been in denial for so long. um, the advice here from the Major Arcana is the Strength card. This again is the card of Leo, again because we have it here. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. Maybe there's a Leo person in your life that it's going to give you really good advice, or show you some support. It'll be helpful here. It'll be someone maybe that you can trust. Speaking of trust, this card is talks about trust. Now, I don't think you can trust the person you're separating from, for sure. Trust yourself. Trust the process. I mean, trust that whatever is happening to you right now is the best thing that could happen to you. And I know this is really hard to see right now because this is very painful and it's very hard. But just, God, the universe, life, the cards, they're asking you to please, please, please trust that this is the best for you. Trust the process. Trust that you have to go through this because it is the best thing that could ever happen to you. And you're going to see it maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next week, but someday you're going to realize, yes, that was painful, but it was the best thing that could ever happen to me. So trust. This is also saying, do not impose yourself, do not impose your point of view, your way of thinking, feeling, anything on others. Just let others be, and you be yourself. And it's like that kid song, now you'll be you and I'll be me. Pretty much like that. Okay, be yourself, let others be. Don't impose yourself. Don't try to convince anybody to see things the way you do, think the way you do, feel the way you do. Let them be. Something else here. This card is telling you that you have the strength that you need to overcome this whole thing that is very hard that you're going through right now. Yes, you can do it. If you feel like, no, I mean, I'm gonna die, this is awful, I'm never gonna get over this, the cards are telling you, yes, you're gonna get over this. Yes, you have. Yes, you have everything that you need inside of you to overcome this, to get to, you know, to just get past this. And you will, Cancer, you will. I think I'm forgetting something here. And oh yes, if you are trying to do something, whatever it is that you try to do from now on, be gentle, because being rude or being trying to take things forcefully or imposing is not going to get you anywhere. But if you're kind and if you are gentle, you're going to get your way. Okay, so maybe it's not the time to fight. And I don't think right here that you really are trying to fight. I think you're past that already. I think you are on this stage of, I just want to move on with my life. I just want to get over this and forget about this and just heal, close the door behind me and move on. So that's the attitude, Cancer. And well, that's all I have for you. Remember, if you want to book your private reading with me, you have the information below this video, and you can write me at megataro11@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support and all the help. It's been a pleasure to me. I really hope you can finish dealing with this soon, so you can move on and just start over fresh, anew, and just have a bright, wonderful future. I wish you all the best. Many, many hugs, many blessings. Thank you, Cancer.